Alright. So we are starting with the wheel of life. This is the recipe for successful living. Basically, wheel denotes balance and sustainability. So when we think about wheel, we are always thinking about movement. We're thinking about the cycle. We're thinking about the cycles, not just of the physical cycle, but the cycle of seasons, the cycle of life as such. Okay. So the wheel of life has a concept in Eastern and Western philosophy. The one that we're looking at is there is chakras in our body, the various. So that's also a wheel. Vishnu is carrying a wheel in his hand. So wheel is a very dynamic figure, shape. All right. The Western concept tells you about. Can you see? Otherwise, adjust yourself. The various. So these are some of the areas. Can you see now the areas of the wedges?
Yes.
Fine. All right. So why do we need this tool is because we need balance. ऐसे आपने work life balance के बारे में सुना होगा. अभी तो आप what is your work? Your work is all your assignments and your studies in college. But later on you'll have real work where you actually will be busy at an office or in the on the site. So how do you keep balance in the various areas of your life so that you can lead a very happy and healthy life, successful life? So balance and sustainability, because one area, if it's gone haywire, it can actually cause stress in the other areas. Like I was giving you an example, अगर आपका relationships खराब हैं तो वो आपके work को affect करेंगे. आपका work आपके finances को affect करेगा, आपका relationships आपकी health को affect करेगा. Everything is interconnected. So that's just a joke there. You see that beautiful giraffe is losing all his stripes, and he says, I think it's because of stress. He's losing his stripes because of stress. So the areas of life, this is what we were all supposed to do. We are making a circle with 8 wedges. Those of you who've just joined in, please do this. Make a circle with 8 wedges and find out the roles of your life and put them in. For example, you're a daughter or a son, you're a student, you're a team member, you are some kind of a sports player, you have friends. ऐसे please लिख के ऐसे बना दीजिए. All of y'all who just joined in, can you all please do this? It's an exercise because that's how you learn how this works. So there is just some examples. There's work, there's mind and body, there's relationships, and then there is aesthetics, there's some music, how much you play, and then these other areas like humanities and STEM. STEM पता है सबको? Science, technology, engineering, maths.
Yes.
So areas that are important to you other than architecture, there are some extracurricular things that you must be good at. And then your contribution. What are your priorities? So you can personalize your wheel. Now I will show you how I made mine. So this is mine. So I have something called as self-care. Then I have my issue management, resource management, self-development, occupation, relationships, the contribution or seva that I do, and the sadhana I do as a spiritualist. Alright, so these are all my areas. I can tell you more in detail what they are. You can prepare your own as suits you. Har ek ka apna hoga. The idea is to make these concentric circles and give them their 5 circles, so they'll each have marks. Okay, so you need to make these areas of your life. So these are some more wheels of life I found from the net. And you can make them like these, like radar. तो उसको color कर सकते हैं ऐसे या mark कर सकते हैं. You see this one? That's how you color them. So they start looking like that, like you were saying radar. So mark your current level. Can everyone mark their current level? I'll give you a for your information. We also get apps like this on mobiles, but it's better to draw it with your hand. So here is this is how you do your marking. 0 means that quality or that area is non-existent in your life. I have no relationships at all. ऐसा नहीं होता है लेकिन. And then 10 is that you're an incarnation of that. I am the best at relationships, so I am the best at health. So that's the way you mark yourself. So you can give yourself like a 2 for terrible, 4 for below average, 6 for above average, 8 for very good, and then 10 is like super excellent. Super excellent. Okay. So can you mark yourself now? Everyone? that's what you do. You give yourself points, and you can mark it or color it if you like. If you don't, if you can just even put marks on it. Okay. Then what happens is then you join the points. I'm just going to show you how it looks.
Like this.
Your wheel might look like this. Correct. Look at the wall. Look at the screen. The wheel might look like this. Does it look anything like a wheel? When you join the points, Arnab, what's your name? Arham, show me that. Yeah. So it doesn't really necessarily look like a wheel. It looks all sorts of shape. Correct? So that gives you an idea, where am I going on in life? मेरे life में क्या चल रहा है? कौन सी एरिया मेरा एकदम लो है, मुझे कहाँ अटेंशन देना है, आ रहा है आपको समझ? तो आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू सम आइडियाज ऑफ द एरियाज बिकॉज दीज आर माई एरियाज, दे मे और मे नॉट वर्क फॉर यू. सो दिस इज़ फॉर एवरीबडी. सेल्फ केयर, बिकॉज वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ आवर बॉडी एंड माइंड. जब सेल्फ केयर आता है ना, तो सेल्फ लव, आजकल ये वर्ड बहुत यूज़ हो रहा है, सेल्फ लव. दैट्स अबाउट मेंटल हेल्थ एंड फिजिकल हेल्थ. सो बोथ थिंग्स आर इम्पॉर्टेंट. And for that, we've spoken about this. For Annamaya Kosh, you need to take care of your diet, sleep and exercise. For emotional health, you need to learn how to deal with emotions. Then I have a concept, I have some area called sadhana. Sadhana means my spiritual understanding and how I can take it. For that, I do my japa, which takes about 2 hours in the day. I have my own systematic study that I'm doing. So I've done a course called as Bhakti Vaibhav. तो उसके सैटरडे संडे क्लासेस होते हैं टू स्टडी फॉर इट. एंड देन आई डू डेटी वर्शिप. आई हैव राधा कृष्णा डेटीज एट होम. आई ड्रेस देम एंड आई डू वर्शिप बिकॉज आई रिलेट टू देम एज नॉट जस्ट मूर्ति बट God is there in the form there. And then some association of like-minded people, and then outreach. So that's about sadhana. Next one is about relationships. So I told you there are 2 types of relationships you can categorize. One is with your family, which you're born with, and then there is these relationships we make from friends, and then we have boyfriend, girlfriend, and then we have, get married. So you have relationships, and then you have an extended family, you have in-laws, etc. So the point is, if you want to be good at relationships, you have to learn care and nice. Care is an acronym for be caring, be appreciative, be respectful, be encouraging, and have a service attitude. So we will do a proper course, like a proper class on this. How do you manage relationships, or you would say emotional quotient, EQ management. Okay, so we can do that in detail, but as of now you know that quadrant. This is the quadrant. And how to be nice, so that's another one we will learn of. Then I have some kind of seva or service I do. So there's seva that I do for ISKCON, and then there's seva that I do for society at large. This is one of it. I am here not as a profession, I'm just doing it as a service contribution I'm making to the society. So hopefully some of you all are benefiting from that. And the point of doing service is that you need to serve in the mood of without pride, without attachment. Otherwise क्या होता है, इफ़ देर आर, हमें ऐसा बताया जाता है कि क्लास में 1 हो या 10 हो या 50 हो या 100 हो, क्लास अच्छी होनी चाहिए. वॉट एवर यू आर गिविंग, योर आउटपुट शुड बी द सेम. इट डजेंट मैटर who and how many are your. Of course the audience makes a difference, for them how you relate to them, but the number doesn't matter. Next area for most of us is occupation. As students, our occupation is to study and learn. So this needs roles and responsibilities. It needs some kind of assessment and accountability. So last time I was telling you, अगर exams नहीं होंगे तो हम लोग learn नहीं करेंगे. Most of us will not learn because we need some kind of accountability. Okay, similarly in work, कोई हमारे ऊपर नहीं होगा ना, तो हम ऑफिस जाएंगे और वापस आएंगे. कुछ नहीं करेंगे. कोई बॉस नहीं है पूछने के लिए. Next area is the area of self-development. Now this area is different from sadhana. This is an area of how do I keep growing. I want to learn, say I am finding in this wheel of life, I'm not getting enough sleep. So that area I will go and learn something about it. Where am I going wrong? I don't want to sit taking sleeping pills. Let me learn. कहाँ पे गड़बड़ हो रहा है? So I did a little course. So this kind of thing. When you grow on your own, or you take help of a guru or a mentor. So this is also very very essential in life. Because जैसे GPS system होता है ना गाड़ी का, आपको नहीं पता आप ठीक जा रहे हो कि नहीं जा रहे हो. आपको कोई मॉनिटर करने वाला होता है या कोई टॉप व्यू या ओवरव्यू होता है, तो फिर you get a better idea of where are you going. That's what a mentor is. And then you need to learn your own skill, learn and build your skills in your IQ area. So let's say अभी आप SketchUp सीख लेते हैं, okay, or you learn accounting. As architects, do we not need accounting? We need accounting anyways for life, right? तो ऐसे ऐसे एक्स्ट्रा चीज़ें जो नॉर्मली आपको नहीं सिखाए जा रहे, आप अपनी डेवलपमेंट के लिए सीख रहे हो. And then there is learning how to plan and schedule. So this topic comes in this. How do you plan your life? How do you schedule your life so that you can get some me time? A dream is a goal with a deadline. So we have lots of goals, but we don't put a deadline to it, so it can't come true. So otherwise we say that dreams can come true. You need to just give it a proper focus. So this is also one of the things I learned. I am a coach. I coach people for individual growth, like mental. So I had to do a course for myself for that. So this teaches us that anything you want to do in life, you must go by these certain principles. One principle is आपको कुछ भी करना है तो गोल रखना है. जैसे अभी थीसिस करना है, तो मेरा गोल है कि इस डेट तक मेरा इतना थीसिस का कॉन्सेप्ट हो जाना चाहिए. ऐसे ऐसे आप गोल रखते हो. उसके बाद आप रियलिटी चेक करते हो. मेरे को लग रहा था कि फर्स्ट मंथ तक मेरा कॉन्सेप्ट रेडी हो जाएगा, अप्रूव भी हो जाएगा. रियलिटी क्या है? कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं सूझ रहा है ना. और या फिर मैंने कॉन्सेप्ट टीचर को दिखाया और उसने पूरा फाड़ दिया. तो ये रियलिटी है. सो यू गॉट टू अंडरस्टैंड, एम आई एन एलिफेंट ट्राइंग टू रन अ रेस? आई बेटर गो एंड डू वेट लिफ्टिंग. यू अंडरस्टैंड वेयर इज़ योर रियलिटी. Okay, then you have to figure out your options. So okay, fine, I have the concept to be shown tomorrow. I have आज मैंने मैम को दिखाया, उन्होंने तो मुझे पूरा उसको रिवैम्प करने को बोला है. टाइम कितना है मेरे पास? क्या करूँ मैं? कितना करूँ? कितना टाइम है? कितनी शीट्स करूँ? क्या ज़रूरी है? एक शीट पे अच्छे से समझाऊँ कि 10 शीट करके लेके जाऊँ? You understand your choices, and then what will you do? So one is to understand a choice. I will sleep early and get up in the morning. But the second is the will to actually do it. And then next comes how to do it. Fine, I have decided I am going to wake up really early morning and I'm going to start my day at 5 a.m. Reality is I sleep at 3 a.m. How am I going to wake up at 5 a.m.? Okay, so now I will, because I'm doing it, now I'll start sleeping little early every day. Finally, I'll come down to something like 10 o'clock so that I can wake up at 5. So it takes time. These are some tactics you learn, and then it becomes your habit. Okay, so anything you want to do in life, whether it's career, whether it's improvement, whether it's cooking, whether it's कुछ भी चीज़ आप करना चाहते हैं, आपके पास ऐसा कुछ एक रोड मैप होना चाहिए लाइफ में. Fine, understood? Then there is a concept called as resource management. मैंने आपको अभी बताया, resources are anything that we have, starting from a mobile, laptop, books, clothes, chashma, to a car, bike, whatever we have, everything has to be well maintained. चश्मा टूट गया, नंबर बढ़ गया, उसको लटकाए जा रहे हैं, जा ही नहीं रहे ठीक कराने. So who's suffering, right? Similarly, कार का टाइम पे इंश्योरेंस नहीं दिया है, गाड़ी ठुक गई, अब क्या करेंगे? पता चलता है इंश्योरेंस तो 2 महीने पहले ख़त्म हो गया था. So you have to, all these things are also important in life. Licenses we take, if we are going to we have an AutoCAD license, etc. If you have an office to run, so many such resources are there. And resource management, these are some of the resources. So we have like finances, gadgets, utilities, services, your own time and skills, and of course food, clothing, shelter. These are our basic resources we should all, or we will all be able to deal with. And then is this one topic called as issue management. तो कल मैंने यही टॉपिक ब्रिक में सिखाया, and I had suddenly many students coming and talking to me about their issues in life. And issues are, there are whatever consumes your mind controls your life. Correct? So I am a hostelite and I have a major issue with my roommate. Now that is consuming my mind all the time, and therefore I am not being able to do many things optimum. मैं टाइम पे सो नहीं पा रही हूँ, टाइम पे आ नहीं पा रही हूँ, टाइम पे अपना सबमिशन नहीं हो रहा है. Everything is getting haywire because of some issue in life. And believe me, there will always be some issue that sucks all your energy because you've not been able to keep your balance. The wheel is not in balance. वो ऐसा haywire हो रहा है कहीं ना कहीं, उसको टाइम टू टाइम चेक करना पड़ेगा. अगर चेक नहीं करेंगे तो हमारा वही एरिया हमको तंग करेगा. ओके, issues are an opportunity to manage our attitudes and behavior. How? We will see this. Because issues are not solved by resolving them. They are solved by understanding where is the problem. Normally issues हमारे होते हैं. So yesterday somebody came with the story of her problems in life, something that's troubling her. So then I was just telling her, where do you think is the root cause? Find the root cause of it. And nobody can find that out for you. You could go for some psycho counseling, but finally it's always you who can understand कहाँ पे मैं क्या हो रहा हूँ. Okay, so issue resolving is very important. For example, आप office में बैठे हो, best of the offices you have lot of work, everything, and there is a fire alarm, जैसे ये alarm बजे जा रहा है. Now it is irritating us, right? It is an issue, and if it's really a fire alarm, you're not going to be able to do. You're watching the best movie in a luxurious theater and everything, and suddenly this alarm is there. You're not going to watch the movie anymore. Okay, the issue takes the importance, the priority. So you need to learn how to take care of your issues. All right. So your wheel may look like this. That means there is no balance, and there are very few people who have a circular wheel in life. It normally, and it's a situation of time to time. It's very dynamic. अभी आपकी हेल्थ अच्छी हो गई है लेकिन आपके फाइनेंसेस डाउन. अब आप फाइनेंसेस की ध्यान दे रहे हो तो हेल्थ के लिए टाइम नहीं मिल रहा या रिलेशनशिप्स के लिए टाइम नहीं मिल रहा. ये चलते रहेगा. तो ये जो एक you can use this as a tool to keep a check on yourself every often, like weekly, fortnightly, monthly, जो भी आपको possible है. It takes you about 5-7 minutes to do this. You color it up and take another 10 minutes, no problem. But point is to now start understanding where can I improve. So first is to mark yourself. Be truthful. किसके लिए बना रहे हो? अपने लिए बना रहे हो. Doesn't matter. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself. If you lie to yourself, who's going to improve you? And then you need to find out where can I improve. So here are some tips on how to improve. Before that, we're just looking at the kind of wheels people have. So this person has very bad social life. Social life also helps you in networking. तो उसके शायद finances भी इसलिए low है. So anyways, what you can do is, if you get this kind of wheel, you can start planning now. You can plan your day, you can plan your week, you can plan your month, you can plan your year. So again, you make those same quadrants. Now you see these quadrants, like there is a home time I need. So for that I need to clean it up and donate these 3 things that I have. There is a me time I need. I need to read some good book and take a good hot bath, whatever. ऐसा उसने लिखा हुआ है. Money, open saving account, etc. etc. So you kind of figure out कहाँ पे मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ to make that area really work. So this could also be done for your subjects. The wheel could also be made for subjects. Now of course you finished final year almost, but we have so many subjects, right? So sometimes we are very good at 1 or 2, but बाकी के lack होते हैं. तो finally on the whole we don't score that well because 1 odd or 2 odd subjects really pulled us down. So keep a track of that. How am I doing? Submission कर लिया क्या? Am I okay with the teacher? समझ आया है कि नहीं? ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कि last minute पे redo मिल जाएगा and I won't be able to do it. So go and ask the teacher, what does the teacher want? Okay, समझ नहीं आ रहा, go and ask. Nobody's going to hit you for that. So start planning your day. And here is something that all of you all should do. On the same page, make this quadrant, 4 quadrants like this. Yeah, just 4. Okay, write on this matrix urgent and not urgent. Upar. Urgent, not urgent. And on the side you write important, and below that not important. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's talk about some of these things which are important and urgent. They're important also and they're very urgent. Okay, like a fire. A fire is important. सब जला के खत्म कर देगा, and it's very urgent because वो अभी के अभी बुझाना पड़ेगा, or you'll have to get out of that place. Or you all are not mothers yet, but if your baby is crying, that is the most urgent thing in the world. So you have to take care, attention immediately. You cannot let the baby cry. And then there are some phone calls which are also very urgent. Police से आपको call आया. You're not going to say मैं बाद में बात करूँ. अभी मैं assignment में हूँ या movie में हूँ. Similarly, there are things which are not urgent but they are very important. One of them is planning. That's what we are learning today. Planning is not urgent. नहीं किया तो ऐसा कुछ major एकदम से कुछ नहीं होगा. But it is important. So you must learn how to plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So this concept of planning your life from time to time, keeping a track of it, this is one of the tools that helps you to track where is your life going. Then we have the third area which is called urgent and not important. It's urgent but it's not really important. Like some distractions that come up. At that time it was urgent. It was really very silly thing. Or certain calls like this. Okay, suddenly a call, ये हो गया, वो हो गया, and then you find out, my God, is my mother okay? Is my mother okay? And then you find out कि वो किसी और के लिए था. It was for someone else. But at that time it was very urgent. So you need to figure out these kind of things also. There are interruptions in your work. There are distractions or other calls. Some other examples of this are here. So you have some mail that may need your attention immediately, but it's not really important, is what you figure out later. Some popular activities, some proximate pressing matters, meetings. कल मैं उनको बता रही थी, फर्स्ट ईयर्स को कल्चरल्स की मीटिंग के लिए बुलाते हैं. हाँ, उनको कुछ पता भी नहीं होता उनको करना क्या है, उनको सिर्फ काम दिया जाता है फर्स्ट ईयर्स को. सो दे आर लाइक इट्स नॉट रियली इम्पॉर्टेंट, बट देन वी हैव टू गो एंड अटेंड इट. यू कांट मिस इट. इफ यू मिस इट, योर सीनियर्स आर गोइंग टू रियली ड्रैग यू अबाउट इट. सो थिंग्स लाइक दिस. And the last quadrant you see, not urgent, not important. I told you about that experiment. How do you fill maximum stones in a glass box? So you put the big ones first, and then you fill in the spaces in between with the small ones. The small ones are all these things: time wasters, social media, trivia, some pleasant activities, some types of mails which are very interesting but they're not really of any worth as such. So these small little things, as of now all of us can relate to very simple social media. Social media, even WhatsApp may be important sometimes. Social media 99% is not important at all. It is just a waster, time waster. Okay, now you could say I have some good things I learned from social media, so then you could probably put it into a the other zone, not urgent and important. But not everything is going to be, many of them will fall into the time waster area. एक चीज़ ढूंढने बैठते हैं तो scrolling में बहुत time लग जाता है. Suddenly 3 hours gone. So this is the way you need to figure out what kind of work, what is more important, what is not important, and accordingly put it on your calendar. That is what we have to do. अभी ये app या ये जो टूल आपने बनाया है, इसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्या करना चाहिए आपको? कैलेंडर में आपका एक टाइम टेबल बनाना चाहिए. वीकली टाइम टेबल इज़ द बेस्ट. डेली टाइम टेबल बिकम्स टू काइंड ऑफ टाइट बिकॉज यू नीड लॉट ऑफ बफर. आज लेट्स से आज क्लास थी, वैल्यू की क्लास थी, मैंने प्लान करके गई और मैम ही नहीं आई, तो वो बहुत टाइट हो जाता है. सो इट्स बेस्ट टू हैव इट ऑन अ वीकली बेसिस. इफ़ यू हैव इट मंथली, इट्स टू स्ट्रेच्ड. So weekly timetable is the best. That's how we have weekly timetables in school also, and then you have it for life. And I told you some ways to do it. you kind of make a buffer zone between the, मतलब हम अपने आप को टाइम देते हैं कि 9 p.m. to say 11 p.m. I will finish this one sketch, or but उसके बीच में suddenly something comes up, so you still have to give some buffer times so that you can make up for it. So between times, between slots you should, so you basically give slots. This is my time for PQ, this is my time for EQ, this is my time. जैसे हमने बोला था अन्नमय कोश के लिए क्या टाइम है, सुबह का खाने का टाइम जो अलग अलग हमने सेट करके रखा. That's the way you make time. Okay, this is a mind map for those of you all who work with mind maps, but let's just put it here. So how to finish what you start? This is another complaint many of you all give, that we start things but it never gets completed, है ना? सडनली एक कल कोई आया मेरे पास, मैंने कीटो डाइट स्टार्ट की थी, 2 हफ्ते में छोड़ दी, आपको चाहिए क्या? क्या, हाउ डज दिस वर्क? एंड सो यू कैन डू, वी डू दीज थिंग्स राइट. जिम जाने वाले हैं, 2 हफ्ते जाते हैं, उसके लिए कपड़े खरीदते पहले तो, और फिर उसको बाद में सो रहे हैं. सो देर आर मेनी थिंग्स लाइक दिस विच वी स्टार्ट बट वी नेवर फिनिश. वी कैन ऑल रिलेट टू इट, दैट्स वी ऑल स्माइलिंग अबाउट, है ना? Alright, so there are some tricks to that. Be very selective about what you embark on. Don't do it unless it's very convincing and it's falling in that, this zone. This is the zone this is the zone it should fall in. Even it's not urgent, but it should be important. Okay, that's how you be selective and choose. Then you estimate your resources. Like, really, do I have the time to join a gym? Okay, time है क्या मेरे पास? उसके बाद budget your time and energy. All right, fine, I will reduce let's say my TV time, and then I will give it, I'll sleep early in the night so that I can go to the gym in the morning. So you budget, learn how to budget. And then this is the biggest thing, quit being a perfectionist. Okay, we are very over perfectionists. या तो हम उसको बहुत अच्छा करेंगे या तो नहीं करेंगे. ऐसा हमने शीट्स पे बहुत बार किया है, बहुत अच्छा शीट करेंगे, नहीं तो करेंगे ही नहीं. तो बहुत अच्छा शीट करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, पर अगर नहीं कर पाए तो 0. So that's what. Here is the done is better than perfect. Everything can't be perfect. Just do things, attempt them, put your best, plan them nicely. But of course, if you're an elephant trying to run a race, that's not going to work. So fine, he attempted, उसको attempt के लिए participation prize मिल गया. First आने का chance कम है, लेकिन जहाँ पे वो first आ सकता है उसको वहाँ जाना चाहिए. Then commit to it. Once you have decided कि ये मैं करने वाला हूँ, फिर commit करो. No looking back. अभी मुझे ये क्लास लेनी है, तो कभी कभी एक स्टूडेंट होता है, तो लेनी है तो लेनी है, either which ways. There are many things that will make you fall weak in your determination. So try and figure that out and work across it. Then follow the path of highest enjoyment. Things that actually you get enjoyment in, you will do them. And not everything enjoyable is bad necessarily. You just figure out. This, like painting, gives me enjoyment, so go for that. Okay. Drugs give me enjoyment. Don't go for that. Okay, you got to figure that out. And then once you've done something, celebrate your celebrate whatever you got. If you have achieved small आपकी victories, अगर कुछ आपको मिलती हैं, जैसे सुबह उठना है ना, 5 बजे नहीं उठा जा रहा, 6:30 बजे तो उठ गए. नॉर्मली 8 बजे उठ रहे हैं, 7:30 उठ रहे हैं. सो आज मैं 6:30 उठा. Celebrate, give yourself a pat. Okay, today I'm going to go and have an extra, let's say a good juice now, because I deserve it. Okay, so even your rewards should be healthy. And then don't force it if it's not working out. So if you're a elephant and you're trying to run and win against the cheetah, 110% you're not going to win. So don't force it. Okay, you should know who you are, where is your capacity, where are you good at, and then work on it. So learn to do things, but there is also the understanding. Once you understand what things are important and what things are may not be urgent but they're important, this area is the most essential. और यही एरिया है जिसको हम फॉलो नहीं करते, क्योंकि अर्जेंट नहीं होता ना वो, उसकी इंपॉर्टेंस को हम समझते नहीं हैं. So we waste time on this and we lose on this. So area number 4 eats up our area number 2. Think about it all the time. So learn to plan your day, learn to plan your week, learn to plan your life, so that the time wasters will not be able to take that. Okay, and we will end with, you will never find time for anything. If you want time, you need to make it. So it's, ये बात पहले भी मैंने आपको बताई थी, हर एक की लाइफ में 24 आवर्स होते हैं. कुछ लोग बहुत ज़्यादा अचीव कर लेते हैं, कुछ लोग कुछ भी अचीव नहीं करते. इट इज़ नॉट द टाइम दैट इज़ ट्रबलिंग, इट इज़ द मैनेजमेंट दैट्स ट्रबलिंग. You are not looking at what are you doing, you are not looking at how are you utilizing, how are you planning. वो सब नहीं कर रहे हैं और हम सिर्फ ये देखते हैं उसको बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स आते हैं, उसका तो क्या डिज़ाइन किया है उसने, नहीं यार वो टीचर का पेट है. ऐसा नहीं है. उसने they've put in hard work, or they've put in conviction, they've put in their 100% in that. That's why they're getting results. It's as simple. It's nothing like rocket science. You put in your best. First, of course, know whether that area is for you, and then you put in your best. Once you've decided, then don't look back. Do it, and then get the best you can. Then whatever comes your way, be satisfied also. Jitna bhi milega, that's not in your hands. Okay? So, wheels are all done. Everyone made the wheels? Colored them up? Okay. Anywhere we are going really off-sided, lopsided? You know where you want to work on? Where are you not good at? Day-to-day activities, because you're not planning anything. You're just like flowing with the flow. तो अभी किसी ने बोला चलो मूवी चलो तो मूवी चलो, अभी किसी ने बोला वड़ा पाव खा लेते हैं तो छोड़ो डब्बा, वड़ा पाव खा लेते हैं. That could be an issue. Yes. Anyone else has some really burning issue आपके सर्कल पे?
I guess
Socializing. Yeah, because if I'm an introvert, I don't like socializing.
Yeah, but what if I was an extrovert before, and after COVID and pandemic happened, I'm not able to communicate properly?
Then you just have to figure out where and what is the root cause. Where am I lacking? Maybe it's just communication skills, maybe it's fear, maybe it's just confidence. So you figure out where is the issue, and the best person to understand you is yourself. But if you think you need help, then you can go to a counselor. See, a lot of us may need counseling, but we are not aware that we need counseling, and second is we are not ready to go for it. It hurts our ego. What? I need counseling, I am too good. So nothing wrong in getting counseling. So that's another option. You can figure it out. कहाँ पे है? क्योंकि see, how do you come to know where have you gone wrong or where have you changed is when you're born or you are a different personality and it's changed over a period of time, maybe not for good, then you need to look at it. What went wrong? What has happened to me? If by nature you're an introvert and then you're forcing yourself to socialize, then you can even work on, fine, no socializing is not going to really kill you. It really depends. If you're the person who can't socialize but you want to socialize, then you need to learn the tricks. And if you're the person who doesn't want to socialize, loner है, उसको अच्छा लगता है अकेले, छोड़ दो भाई मेरे को, मैं अकेला खुश हूँ, तो कोई बात नहीं, उसको दुख नहीं होता कि मेरे 10 फ्रेंड नहीं है या एक भी फ्रेंड नहीं. लेकिन कई लोगों को क्या होता है, 10 फ्रेंड होते होते भी उसको दुख होता है मेरा 11वां फ्रेंड क्यों नहीं है ना. Why am I not the most popular in life? That's your nature. So you got to figure out I am like that, and if you don't figure out, then ask somebody. Here's another way to help you know yourself. Either you know yourself or you ask someone very close to you. They will tell you कि ऐसा आपके अंदर थोड़ा सा. Do you know how to give feedback to people? जैम ब्रेड जैम, डू यू नो फीडबैक? जैम ब्रेड जैम, जैम मतलब उसको पहले अच्छा बताओ, उसके अंदर जो अच्छी चीज़ें हैं उसको बता, और फिर जहाँ पे दिस इज़ द एरिया ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट. So you need to improve on this thing that you're trying to be too congenial and become the most popular. But the point is, you're actually very helpful. You help everybody. So you've given them a good, then some improvement, and then good again. So what I just call it. Yesterday again I had one in the interior class. Her father had come. तो क्या हमारी बेटी का प्रॉब्लम है? That is the toughest thing to do because she's standing there in front of you. So I said, okay, fine. So I'll tell you this. You want to hear the truth or you want to hear flattery? So anyways, I told her, these are your good points. But this is definitely your bad point. And there was like big wah. क्लास में नहीं सुनी नहीं रही थी, बाकी का क्लास उसका ध्यान उधर था. That's what I told her. I would call you a smart person if you can work on how you can get 100 on 100 in your attendance. Your attendance is like 20%. And if you think you're way smart and very proud of yourself that I know everything and I'm really smart, show it here, na? Cope with all your pressures, cope with all your challenges, and make sure that you're there at least 90% of the classes. Then you yourself will feel proud of yourself. Okay, I'll also say, yeah, this girl is really using her smartness to her benefit. If you're using your smartness just to show to people, and what's the use? Everyone's going to finally call you, hey, over smart. They'll leave you. तो हमेशा अपना ही बड़प्पन करती है, उसकी वजह से हमारा सब कैंसिल हो जाता है, वो हर चीज़ को स्टॉप करती है. कई लोग होते हैं ऐसे थोड़ा. So we are not here to point fingers, because every time we point fingers, what happens? How many fingers are pointing at us? 4 are pointing. So don't get to know others, get to know yourself. That is the challenge of life. जितना आप अपने आप को अच्छे से जानेंगे उतना आप लाइफ में सक्सेसफुल होंगे. जितना आप दूसरे लोगों को जज करेंगे उतना आप मेंटल प्रॉब्लम्स में जाएंगे. राइट? ओके, सो द टॉपिक कम्स टू एन एंड देयर. Anyone has any questions? Yes.
मैम और इशू जो भी इशू है वो सॉल्व करना है मुझे, एंड आई नो द इशू, लाइक आई नो दैट पर्सन. एंड
Okay, listen to this question, please. How do you do issue management?
so if someone is my issue, like some person, and I know that person is like hurting me, no, that person is hurting me in a way, and I'm ignoring them for the limit, and after that and for the fact I know that confronting them will burn my energy, so I don't want to confront also and do nothing about that.
Yes.
But how I will manage myself, like sometimes ऐसे हो जाता है कि I can't manage my feelings because I'm not doing any bad, or I'm ignoring them everything, but मैं कैसे manage करूँ कि how I will react to that?
Okay, so this is always with everybody. सबके see, no 5 fingers are similar. तो ऐसा तो है नहीं कि सब आपके जैसे होंगे. अब उसमें कोई right and wrong भी नहीं. That person is right at their own point of view. You are right at your own point of view. If you don't get along, in the sense your point of views are not the same, then the best is to keep respectful distance. Okay? Now respectful distance is 2 types. One is physical respectful distance, which you're saying, I am doing a limit of ignoring.
Yeah.
But when you're ignoring someone, you know who's on your mind the most?
Them.
So that's not ignoring.
Yeah.
So where is the problem? Not with that person. The problem is with you. So problem is coming here कि तुमको कोई एक चीज़ उसके बारे में इतना अफेक्ट कर रही है कि तुम्हारा वो माइंड कंज्यूम करती है, करता है, तो तुम उसको अवॉइड करके भी अवॉइड नहीं कर सकते. उसको फिजिकली अवॉइड करना ज़रूरी नहीं है, उसको मेंटली अवॉइड करना ज़रूरी है. अब वो कैसे करना है? देयर आर ट्रिक्स टू डू दैट. You can find somebody else who is going to fill up that space, who is more compatible with you, or don't give that too much time ना. 1000 और काम है ना करने के लिए, वो एक पॉइंट जो बार बार आके आपका टाइम खा रहा है फालतू में, that's a training you will give to yourself. So you can learn, there are many ways to do this. आजकल तो हज़ारों गूगल पे आइडियाज़ देते हैं, how do you do this. But the main thing is this only. You are thinking I am keeping distance from that person. मैंने तो अपना लिमिट ट्राई कर लिया, लेकिन यहाँ नहीं ट्राई किया, यहाँ नहीं ट्राई किया। तो यहाँ नहीं ट्राई किया इसलिए वो आपके दिमाग में बैठा हुआ है. वॉट एवर कंज्यूम्स योर माइंड इज कंज्यूमिंग योर टाइम. यू मे से आई हैव नेवर गिवन दैट टाइम पर्सन दैट टाइम, आई डोंट गो विद द पर्सन. वो जहाँ भी जाती है मैं नहीं जाती, लेकिन मेंटली वो आपका पूरा दिमाग खा रही है. पॉइंट क्या है? तो वहाँ आपको वर्क, और इसको वर्क करने का सबसे अच्छा सोल्यूशन है टू अंडरस्टैंड योर सेल्स. एवरीबडी, इट्स नॉट सो ईजी, बट you have to keep putting this into you, that out of all these classes, if you don't learn anything else, just learn this: I am a soul and there are layers of my existence. Okay, similarly the other person is a soul and there's layers of her existence. My soul is blissful. वो मेरे सामने आए, मुझे तंग करे, पोक करे, कुछ फ़र्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. ऐसे ही उसकी सोल भी बहुत ब्लिसफुल है, वो खुश है. उसकी सोल मुझे आके तंग करती है या कुछ भी करती है, वो उसकी सोल नहीं करती, वो उसका मेंटल लेवल कर रही है, उसकी ईगो कर रही है. तो मैं ईगो लेवल पे, मेंटल लेवल पे नहीं जाने वाली, क्योंकि वो मैं रियली नहीं हूँ. यू शुड नो दैट हायरार्की. एवरीवन नोज हायरार्की. लेट्स डू दैट वंस अगेन. सो हायरार्की इज सोल इज टू बी सोल कंट्रोल्स द, लेट्स गेट दिस क्विकली. सोल कंट्रोल्स द ईगो, ईगो कंट्रोल्स द इंटेलिजेंस, इंटेलिजेंस कंट्रोल्स द mind, mind controls the senses. Okay, this order is very important. So anything that we do, we have to keep thinking, am I my mind? My mind is saying I don't like this, I don't like that person, I don't like that person. My mind is saying that. My intelligence should now guide me. You don't like that aspect about that person, but there are other good things. Let's try and see some good in that person. ओके, बिकॉज अगर आप जजमेंटल बनते हो दूसरे के बारे में, उसको कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, आपको ट्रबल करता है. इसलिए आप सी द गुड इन एवरीवन. दैट्स व्हाट दे से. इट्स नॉट सो ईजी, बट यू कैन डू इट. नाउ हु लेट्स यू डू दिस? योर इंटेलिजेंस. माइंड इज ओनली येस, नो, ब्लैक, वाइट. आई लाइक दिस पर्सन, आई डोंट लाइक दिस पर्सन. इंटेलिजेंस कम्स एंड सेज what are you liking or disliking, why are you disliking or disliking, do you have the same. Many times we dislike something in somebody else which is in us. You know this? ये मेंटल साइकोलॉजिस्ट बताते हैं, अगर हमको लगता है ना कि यू नो यू सी द वर्ल्ड एज यू आर, द काइंड ऑफ चश्मा यू पुट इज द वे you will see the world. You put a red chashma, you will see the world red. You put a green chashma, you will see it green. So if you are the person who is very envious type, very competitive, envious, you see everybody like that. And you're the person who's very giving type, you will see everyone get along. But it's not that somebody who gets along with everyone is really good at everything. कहीं ना कहीं उसका भी कोई weakness होता है. So there is no black and white zones. Everyone is in a spectrum. You need to get to know, where am I? Who am I? Don't bother. The biggest problem in relationships is we are always judging others. My boyfriend, he should take care of me. He should do this. He should do that. Why doesn't he listen to me? What? But we are not understanding what is it that is missing in me. वो मुझे कैसे देखता होगा जैसे मैं उसको देख रही हूँ. So this is the same thing with any relationship. Okay, so that we'll learn in relationship management. But point is this only, that see people on their soul level. So soul level पे हम लोग सब happy, blissful, helpful, caring, loving हैं, क्योंकि we are coming from that love source. God is a love source. We have been troubling him and doing wrong things and turned our back towards him, and we don't even believe in God. We are atheist, and still he is providing us the sunshine, he's providing us the air to breathe, he's providing us the parents, he's providing us resources. उसको तो हम देखते नहीं, we just ignore it, right? So we are actually out of love. We came out of love. We are made out of love. We are only about love and service. But that is our soul level. लेकिन हम अपने आप के ऊपर ये जो हम सटल चैलेंजेस डाल देते, ये चैलेंजेस नहीं, सटल संस्कारास डाल देते हैं ना, कि आइडेंटिफिकेशन में गड़बड़ हो जाती है. सो यू नो व्हाट इज ईगो? ईगो इज आइडेंटिफिकेशन. देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज अ फॉल्स ईगो एंड देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज अ रियल ईगो. एवरी वन ऑफ अस हैज़ अ रियल ईगो, but it gets covered and we all end up having a false ego. Now I'll explain to you what's a false ego. False ego is, I am a female, I'm an Indian, my surname is this, I'm an architect, ये सारे में एक के ऊपर दूसरे के थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, सिक्स, सेवन्थ, पता नहीं कितने हज़ार लेयर्स बना दिए मैंने. तो जो मैं रियली अंदर हूँ ना, मुझे कभी देखने का टाइम ही नहीं मिलता. इसीलिए साधना करनी पड़ती है, इसीलिए मेडिटेशन करनी पड़ती है. जब हम बाहर देखते रहते, उसने ये बुरा किया, उसने ये किया, उसने उसको हर्ट किया, उसने ये क्या कर रहे हैं, आउटवर्ड देख रहे हैं. अब हम अंदर देख रहे हैं, मैंने किसको हर्ट किया, मैंने क्या गलत किया. That's where journaling comes in. That's where meditation comes in. That's where time with yourself comes. Just give yourself time and figure out, who am I? How am I? Am I a horse? Am I a elephant? Am I a cheetah? Then only will you be able to put yourself in right places. Okay? So we've learned the Wheel of Life today. The Wheel of Life is basically a tool which helps you to understand where am I lacking, and it's never perfect. And it will never be. It's a dynamic. Again, it's like that walking on a tightrope. If you're walking on a tightrope, which is life, you're always going to be sometimes this side, sometimes this side. तो जिस तरफ आपका झुकाव ज़्यादा है, हम क्या करते हैं, दूसरी तरफ झुकाव लेते हैं. Too much time spent in Netflix. Too much time. कहीं ना कहीं में कुछ वो टाइम तो आएगा तो 24 आवर्स में से ही ना. सडनली नेटफ्लिक्स के लिए भगवान को 50 घंटे दिन में और तो नहीं देने वाले. तो कुछ तो मिस हो रहा है. I am doing this fun at the expense of something else. Let's keep balance. I'm not saying don't see Netflix, but keep some limit. Right? Okay? Any more questions or comments? What's the time? Yeah. Alright, so we can start doing two things now. We can start trying to make a timetable. Can you all make a timetable and bring it in next week? And then I can help you on how to make it better, refine it, and also on how to put it into action. It's one thing making a timetable, the other thing is to put it into action. Okay? Yeah, just a weekly timetable. Very simple. Write your roles and goals. Same roles and goals you could go by. And then give yourself time. Only timetable. Just make your timetable and then we will teach you how to implement it. How to put it into action. Lots of us make timetables. But एक दिन से ज़्यादा चलता नहीं है. Right? So we'll figure that out. How do you make it impactful, workable, effective? Got it? Fine. So you don't have to waste too much time. Making a timetable will take you about 15 minutes. Just first make your roles and goals. Then what is very important, which are the urgent and important places. Okay? और वो आपको उसको chunk देना पड़ेगा. And then give time for as your life is. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So now what happens?